Hello and welcome. A bustling morning in Durumi, a residential district in Abuja's Phase 2, turns tragic as a three-story building suddenly crumbles. From frantic rescue operations to conflicting casualty figures and the Federal Capital Development Authority's promise of integrity tests on surrounding structures, we bring you the voices, the visuals, and the unanswered questions. And in Lagos, a journey from neglect to transformation unfolds in Baruwa, Iyano-Ipaja, where a community's self-help initiative has delivered a 360-meter road. How did the residents achieve this, and what does this mean for grassroots development? Stay with us for details and more on this edition of Eyewitness Report. I am Yomi Otaigbe. We begin from Abuja, where tragedy struck in the Durumi district. Through eyewitness accounts, we take you inside the story of a building collapse and its far-reaching implications for building safety in the Federal Capital Territory.
First responders at work at the scene of a collapsed three-story building in Durumi area of Abuja near the popular Gudu Market. Tragedy struck on the morning of May 16th when the structure came down, sparking panic and confusion among residents.
About 60 people are in the building before it collapsed, and almost 30 are brought out, while some are dead. We pray that God heal and help those who are still alive. That is what I saw. Thank you. People are walking in that building when it fell. I don't know the actual number of people that are involved, but we pray that God will heal those who are still alive.
Officials of the Federal Capital Development Authority visited to assess the situation.
You don't talk about it.
This one lady. This one lady.
It has been a multi-sectoral search and rescue operation since 9 a.m. We have people from the Federal Ministry, NEMA, Federal Fire Service. We have people from the FCT Emergency Management Services, my Secretariat, Health and Environment, ZEBASEF, which is a private sector contractor, even Julius Berger. Unfortunately, this is an avoidable incident. If people do the right thing, get building approval after environmental impact assessment, do soil tests, do integrity tests, then this will not be happening. Today, we have been able to bring out 15 victims. Unfortunately, 5 of them were brought out dead. 9 have been treated and discharged, and there's 1 in very critical situation in the hospital. We have also stationed ambulances here. The last man we brought out alive, which is a testimony and a miracle, was stabilized here, treated here on site, and sent to the hospital. So the operations are still going on. Emergency services are here. Search and rescue is here. And we are optimistic that we will still get people out alive. After all, we got someone out alive about 30 minutes ago, and the incident happened at 9 a.m. It is past 5:30 p.m. now. At no point will a building come up without a proper approval. However, people have found ways to bypass or submit fake results at times, because this is not a force majeure incident. It was just a regular morning. And from Standards Organization of Nigeria, they've been here, and they are talking about a poor mixture of cement. The pillars are tiny. What I am saying in essence is, if you are going to build in the FCT, please go through the FCT Building Control Agency. They will do all the necessary tests and give you approval to build.
Rescue operations stretched through the night until the building was reduced to rubble. The Development Authority officials and building experts have been visiting the site, expectedly to see what could aid investigation into the incident.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry for the delay and whatever. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Well done. It happened around 9 or past 9, but the developer or the applicant has approval, and approval that was granted to him was mixed uses. When we talk of mixed uses, it's a combination of residential and commercial, so, and of 3 suspended floors. Yes, our staff continue to monitor, that is from foundation up to that level. But the main cause, based on the consultant, is the interim report, based on the consultant that we instituted to carry out investigation on what happened. He revealed that in the interim that there's a compromise in the concrete, whatever used. But we have not exhausted the investigation, so we're still waiting for him. Even he said the other one too is weak, but we have to await the report. The report, hopefully, we're hoping it will be ready either tomorrow or next tomorrow. So it is when it is ready, we look at the content, and it is based on the content we send a report or a memo to our director, to our minister, to see how you can be able to create solution for what is on ground and what has happened too at the same time, so that to avoid future occurrence. Yes, sir.
You said that you monitored this building, but is it that it was omitted that they were making use of substandard materials?
You see, that's why I say we have no concluded investigation. But we are suspecting maybe the iron rod reinforcement, whatever, the cement mixture, and at the same time the iron rod. The iron rod in the market now, well, what we approve is what they are trying to translate on ground. For example, if you tell them to use Y16, it is Y16 they are using. But it is such a standard organization, most times they're supposed to determine whether that Y16 is engraved or is not engraved. What I'm saying, it is genuine or it is not genuine. So sometimes this factor play a very vital role in building collapse. So that's why I said we'll have to wait for investigation report, which we hope it will be out either tomorrow or next tomorrow. It will give a full picture of what really transpired on site.
Some people are upstairs on up. Some people are down. This is the down people. I believe that they didn't remove anybody at the ground. It's only the people that are walking up. There is them that they remove. The down people, they are still there. They are still here.
You don't see different force for here, because they commode people under this place to take the people to hospital. So remaining people say they inside now. They never come out and do this time.
But my question is it that the Nigeria agency doesn't supervise the work before the building getting to that level? Because I heard that there are some agencies that supervise sites. They will supervise the site. If you don't use the correct materials that you're supposed to use, I think they will have to stop the project. But is it that they don't make inquiry, or they did not check the work, or they have been bribed to check all those ions and other materials that has not been used well? They should stop the project. Is it that they don't ask, they don't stop them, or they don't supervise the work well? So we are just telling the Nigeria leaders, they should just try, at least, to make sure that those agencies try to check those sites. They should check it very well and make sure they are doing their works, because those incidents happen. Now we don't know, maybe there are some people inside or not. Nobody can say. Maybe they do their work yesterday. We may not say, but to my own point of view, that I thought they should remove all those casting outside to be ensured maybe there are still some people here, there's not anybody again. Because they really tried their work yesterday. They tried the one they can try. But me, particularly, you can see those casting are still up. And the building go down. And there are some people that is doing plaster inside. Plastering of inside yesterday. When the building collapsed, you can see how up it is. So they have to bring out everything. You see? They have to bring out everything so that you will know maybe there are still some people there or not.
To be candid, they can say anything they like. They are laymen, they are not professional. We were here up to what time yesterday? Up to late night yesterday with beggar. We tried to see whether we can still bring people out, either alive or dead. But unfortunately, nobody. We didn't see anybody. Nobody was trapped again. Nobody was trapped again. So, but they are free to say whatever they like, because they are not professionals and they don't have justification. If you call them now, what is the justification? They don't have a justification. It's normal like that.
Emergency teams have provided medical support as conflicting reports emerge over the number of casualties.
We were here yesterday when the thing was happening at around 9 o'clock in the morning, and we walked till around 6 o'clock when the Symbasim and the beggar excavator withdraw. But we pleaded with them to do more work because there are speculation that there are people more inside. We worked for at least more than 1.5 hours yesterday. And when we see that we don't have light, we now park the excavator. And this morning by 6:30 we are here. So we have checked almost everywhere. There's nothing, nobody will be found, except those 4 sets of people that we have rescued, and that's all. The total people that we rescued here yesterday was 17. We have 5 fatalities, and the 12 of them were rescued alive. They had been discharged. They are rescued alive, nothing, and they treated them. We have been discharged in that yesterday.
The FCDA says findings from consultants will determine whether surrounding structures remain or are brought down, urging developers to strictly adhere to land development rules. As Abuja mourns yet another building collapse, officials stress that compliance and enforcement are critical to preventing future tragedies.
Welcome back. What happens when a community decides not to wait for government intervention? In Baruwa, Iyanekpaja, Lagos, residents took matters into their own hands. The result, a remarkable self-help effort that delivered a 360-meter road, transforming daily activities and proving the power of grassroots action.
Once riddled with potholes, erosion and impassable stretches, Peace Estate Road in Baruwa, Iyanekpaja was a nightmare for residents and commuters as seen in these eyewitness pictures. For years, the community endured poor access. Determined to change their story, residents launched a self-help initiative.
The work has begun effectively day 2 towards the Second Avenue gate. Hopefully by God they should be able to take levels today and be done with this part before extending towards the latter end of First Avenue towards the valley. And hopefully we will be able to dovetail and
pulling resources, mobilizing local contractors and rallying support, the community embarked on an ambitious project, the construction of a 360-meter stretch of the road. Videos shared by eyewitnesses and residents show bulldozers clearing paths, while volunteers lent their time and effort. Five months later, the road stands completed. At a commissioning ceremony attended by community leaders, residents and dignitaries, the new Peace Estate Road was officially opened.
I commission it now and I dedicate and open this road open. And I say that this road from this moment is open for usage in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you all and God bless you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Our motivation was this particular road belongs to a federal site of services which was supposed to be constructed by the federal government. But it was abandoned when the capital was taken away from Lagos to... So this site and services was abandoned. Lagos State does not really do anything for us. Even to the transformers or anything you see, we are doing everything by ourselves. So coming out of our estate every time, this place is, like we saw in our banner, the place was so muddy. We have to get tractors, excavators to move out the dirt from this particular road and start little by little. We got to a stage, the residents couldn't do it, but we just have to meet up again and say, okay, we can do it, let's try. We go to the local government, they said there's nothing they can do. We just have to start contributing. Even to an extent, we disconnect ourselves. You understand? Disconnect light so that we can get the funds. But God willing, our residents complied, and you can see that's why you see this particular road links about 7 communities. This road we are looking at.
Along this road.
Yes, it hasn't even gotten into our estate. But we just have to construct this because every time we go out, people will see our vehicle like something like milk on our tires. We have to, if you wash the car at home, when you get to the junction again, you still have to wash. So they know you are coming from a muddy place. And at the time, water even have to take the road. But because of the executive, the resilience of the executive, we just have to say, okay, we will be contributing, and that's why you see we did this one. We got to a stage, we still have to call some of our members who are stakeholders. They contributed money again. That's why you see we are doing, and we are not relenting, we are still continuing. We have gone to the state government, we have written letters, even to the federal, but no support. It was just community effort. To the last penny, to the last kobo, it was the community. Even when they were in their last election, they came here, they promised heaven and earth. One of their commissioners, even when we talked to them, they would promise nothing. We couldn't get anything, even a dime. 1,000 naira, we didn't get. 1,000 just for bottled water for people walking, we didn't get. That is just the point. Sincerely speaking, we can't lie.
So is this project really carried out only by Peace Estate residents or other estates living along this?
No, this is done by Peace Estate residents alone. And this road, like I told you, connect about 6 communities. It was done by Peace Estate residents. Even some of our residents are saying, why are we building road for other people? When internally we need the money. But we said, we have to pass through a particular portion before we get into our estate. And that was why you see millions of naira were spent. If it were to be government, I believe they'll be talking about above 800 million naira. But I know they will see this, and that's why we want them to come and see our estate. We have other roads internally we are doing to appease the people internally so that they too, you know, if you look at some of our roads on Route 4, on Route 11, on 3rd Avenue, we did asphalt on 3rd Avenue, we did interlock on Route 4, we did interlock on, that is resident, so that they will not be tired of contribution. They believe we are doing for other people, we couldn't do internally. That is just the point.
The 360-meter stretch now stands as a symbol of self-reliance and determination.
When you are coming from outside, get to this 2-story road, and coming inward here, if you step into the mud, then you now go back and go to a tar road. I think that is awkward. So we needed to make it a sequence. Coming from outside, you get here, then after this place, we can now go inward and make sure we beautify that. Because if inward is beautified and we come here, we'll still have to, let me tell you a story. Previously, when you are going to work, some of us that leave early, we put a jerry can of water inside our boots. When we leave this portion, when we get to this 2-story road, we have to park, rinse our tire before we start going to the office. So that doesn't make sense. So that's why we decide to make this place a befitting road before we go inward.
Okay, tell us about community unity in the community, because within 4 months or thereabout, you're able to put up this project. I call it massive because it's done by self-help. Tell us how this project and the project been carried out in the estate where you live strengthens unity among you.
Our people are very wonderful, honestly. When you live in a community where there's cooperation, where there's unity, like I said in my previous speech, nothing is impossible when you come together. So our people have been very cooperative, though that does not say sometimes we don't fight, we fight and force ourselves. Once we agree to say, this is the rule, this is what we agree to do. So you will see some that with voluntarily, without any fight, they will contribute. But some you still need to go after them. At times we carry ladder,
disconnect, but at the end of the day we fight, we still resolve again. But in all, our residents are very wonderful and cooperative. There are other self-driven projects that we are embarking on, like the street light is part of the self-driven project, CCTV in the estate for security purpose. We're also doing that. Apart from that, this road, as a community, we don't plan to expand this beyond this. What we plan to do is to go inward. Like my chairman has rightly said, up to this moment, we are yet to see the presence of the government, but we are still expecting them because we have approached them severally, both the federal, the state, and the local government. All we've been getting is promise, and we are still waiting on them. So if they come, this is a federal road. They can extend and get to the end of the road, but on our own as a community, we are going inward to continue this project.
From hardship to hope, the Peace Estate community has proven that development can be driven from the grassroots and that collective effort can pave the way to a better future.
Eyewitness Report offers you the chance to spotlight important development and drive meaningful change. You can share photos and videos of what's happening around you by uploading them on our website at channelstv.com/program Eyewitness Report or through our mobile app available on app stores. Your contributions help us dig deeper, follow up on key issues, and highlight stories that capture the attention of authorities, inspiring positive action. That's all for this edition of the program. Thank you for staying with us. I am Yomi Otaigbe.